outsider bushcraft doing the maxpedition saber cat. I am gonna go for the bonuses here first. First of all, an extremely durable, well thought out, well laid out hip pack. It can be used very versatilely, very versatilely. You can wear it around the front or around the back. It allows you to spin your gear around and have full access to it. It is so well laid out that it holds just the kind of gear you might need in a wilderness or an urban survival situation. It carries everything. You can strap all kinds of things to it. It has the MOLLE webbing, numerous places where you can roll up a piece of material or a pipe or any object, tuck it in, strap it in place securely. The pockets and all the little flaps and pouches are so smartly laid out, you should have no problem putting anything you want in here. It fits all of my favorite gear. In fact, I would suggest if you get one of these maxpedition saber cats that you go check out the $30 cold steel Bushman knife and get that, because it goes perfectly when you got some gear in the sheath. Goes perfectly on this saber cat and allows you to quickly access your knife at all times. No levers, no straps, no locks to unhitch. Right there, ready to go all the time. A good combination. And the other saw I happen to use, the Corona pruning saw, is a pole saw. I really like this one. It has an ergonomic handle on it. I've seen it for as low as like $13 and takes replaceable blades, so you can just get new blades for it. You don't have to order those from the factory, but they do make them. But this little saw, which is I think an animal of a saw, goes right in here on the inner pouch. Nice two straps that hold it in place, and that goes on the inside, so when I do some work I got it there. All my cooking pot with my fuel, stainless steel measuring cup, and my stove and gloves, my platypus water bottle that I carried to expand my water supply, gloves, again more gloves. Everything fits in here. All the gear that I want to go quick access to, I got it. You know, I got my fire kit, my multi-tool, I have my little tiny candle lantern, and I have neosporin and bug spray and all the quick grab to things that you want to have access to while you're on the move. They fit in here fantastically. It's just really well laid out for that. But the detriment to this pack is that it is, well, I will start with the smallest problem. There are two problems with this pack. One being this primary zipper right here. This stitch that holds it in place is only a single stitch that holds this zipper in place. And that is the only stitching flaw I have found in this thing. Aside from that, everything is just triple, double, or quadruple stitched. This thing is just bomb-proof, except for the primary zipper. It has a weakness on this upper flap, and it looks like also the same weakness on the lower flap. It comes apart as well. But it's the only one that's like that. That's a minor problem. That can be easily fixed. I'm sure maxpedition would, if I was to bother to call them up with that problem, I'm sure they would deal with that. I have not yet contacted them. But the other problem is it is just uncomfortable to wear. Easy to put on. There's lots of ways you can wear it. Like I said, over your shoulder, in front, in behind, however you want to do it. It has MOLLE webbing, so you could strap it to anything, and I think that would be what was best for. Honestly, I think this would be best to have a quick attachability on the top of a pack, to be the top pouch of a pack. This would be pretty awesome, but you would lose that ability to spin it around and get to it quickly, and that's unfortunate. But the thing is just uncomfortable to wear. If you put it on and you spend any time walking with it, it will bounce on your hip no matter how tightly you pull it around your waist. And that bouncing will eventually pull your pants down and cause sores and abrasions on your sides where you're near your hip bones, where this belt will rub. Will just eventually work its way down until it's just riding on that, and it'll make make for a miserable trip. It is more comfortable around the front, but the problem you run into there is whenever you start going uphill, every step it moves with you, and that is unavoidable hassle. What it needs to come with, I believe, from the factory is a set of suspenders or shoulder straps of some kind. If it had that, it has D-rings to mount them to, and if it had that, I think it would work much better. But if you go look at Sean Mulhall, the Silver Fox, his video on his rib system, you see him run around with his saber cat on, and you can see a good example of it just bouncing all over the place. And he has some kind of suspenders on him, I believe. I could be mistaken, but I believe. And yeah, in my experience, just uncomfortable to wear. However, when I finally got too sore, I started going for more desperate measures, and since I was stuck out there with hundreds of 100 miles to hike and nowhere to go, I took my wool blanket that I carry and I attached the saber cat outside of the wool blanket just to cut down on the rubbing factor, and this turned out to be much more comfortable. This worked great. It still bounced and stuff, but because it was cushioned by the wool blanket and that absorbed a lot more of that movement, it made it comfortable to wear. If I was going to go again, I would wear it to the rear with the wool blanket on. There is one problem with that. You do sweat into your wool blanket. Not a huge detriment. It is wool. It doesn't matter too much if it gets wet. But if that bothers you, I will warn you that is something it does. It does sweat into your blanket. So, but I did find that a good way of wearing my wool blanket and my maxpedition saber cat at the same time, and it kept that wool blanket close to my body, eliminating all that extra weight that happens when you leverage as it moves away from your body. It starts pulling down on you. So that was a factor that did make that easy to wear. So something to consider. But maxpedition saber cat at $126 versus $150 for a standard REI type pack. It's got excellent supports, very comfortable. The webbing, by the way, check out the new packs with the webbing on them. This big gap in here between where your back rides, this webbing protects it, allows you to breathe. It's very comfortable. But this pack was $150 and this one $126. I could carry substantially more in this one, though it is not as accessible gear as this one, but I could spend 2 weeks to a month off the things I could carry in this pack, whereas this one, not the case. All the same gear would fit in here, so you know, that's something to consider, that this is an investment, that it's full backpack size prices almost, but not the size. So if this is what you're looking for that quick scout and that grab and go capacity, make sure you got some way of making it comfortable on your body. And maybe if you got real heavy coat and real cold weather, it won't be an issue. But me, I tell you what, it was uncomfortable to wear. And what I do want is, though, I tell you, I think it would make a fantastic upper pouch for a pack. With this MOLLE webbing, you could strap it on to the top frame of a pack somehow, and I think it would just be a great quick attach, pull out your wilderness toolbox, and you're ready to go. But you know, the problem with the wilderness toolbox is it's like carrying a toolbox around on your body. It's not comfortable to carry, but you know, I'm actually sorry that it's gotten to the point that it's so hard for me to tote this thing around, because it just holds everything so well. Everything I want to take with me, all my gear just fits in here, fantastic. Anyway, that's the maxpedition saber cat. It's probably a great shooting bag, or, you know, like I said, quick grab and go thing. Camera bag, I bet it would be fantastic for that. But on long treks and hikes, if you gotta tote it around, it's tough. But all right. But anyway, still sturdy, well made piece of equipment. Maxpedition Saber Cat. Check it out. Stay safe in the woods.